So some people swear by chess checklists, that's sort of a mental checklist that they have before making a move. Some people think they're a good idea. Personally, I think they're absolutely ludicrous. Like, here's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Sort of a list of rules that you should follow before you make every single chess move. Right, here is an example. Questions I ask myself before making a general move. What are the ways to check the enemy king through brute force or otherwise? Am I in danger of being checked through brute force or otherwise? Do I have any hanging pieces with no coverage or fewer defenders? If I have bishops still, are there any possible skewers forks of that colour? If I have knights still, are there any nice forking opportunities? Blah, blah, blah. And the list goes on. Somewhere at the bottom of the list is like, don't forget to get your shopping or something like that. I just think that's ludicrous. It's not the way chess players think. It's not going to help, if you lose on time on my move 4. Here's another example. 9 bullet points here you have to go through every single move. Could have made it 10 to round it off, but anyway, this sort of thing. Did my opponent's last move contain a threat? Is the threat real or something I need to respond to? Or am I able to ignore that move and continue with my plan? Do my pieces too have sufficient protection? Do I have a piece that's hanging? Does my, and so on and so on. I can't even bother to read it, let alone, memorize this sort of thing and apply it to a game. And it's not going to help me even if I did at all. It's just a complete and utter waste of time. Here's an example. So what move are we going to play according to one of these checklists? I'm going to look at the checklist just to remind myself. So it says, did my opponent's last move contain a threat? So the last move played in this position is d5. Okay, so imagine you're white and d5 is just being played. Did my last move contain a threat? Well, taking the pawn. Is the threat real or something I need to respond to? Well, I don't know. Am I able to ignore that move and continue with my plan? Right, do my pieces have sufficient protection? Do I have a piece that's hanging? Hold on a minute, let's go back. I can't see and do things. No, okay. Let's go back to the list, the shopping list. Does my opponent have an underprotected piece? Let's have a look. This one. Right, how is that helping? Don't know. It's not. That's my point. 3, is my king safe? Yeah. What about the opponent's king? Safe. Can I take advantage of my opponent's king by, for example, preventing him from castling? No, he's already castled. Complete waste of time. 4. Did my opponent's last move prevent the threat posed by my previous move? Did my opponent's last move prevent the threat? But I can't even bother to work that one out. Do I still need to develop my pieces? Let's have a look. Yeah, I do. All of these pieces need developing. All right, so how does that help? Not sure. Can I bring my rooks to an open file or in general make them useful? Can I double up rooks on an open file? Do I still need to open files for my rooks? So hold on a minute. We've just checked our pieces, right, that have been undeveloped. Now you're asking me to look about the rooks. And there's no open file anyway, but I'm still thinking about this piece. But I'm on to move 6. Let's have a look at the next one. Does my opponent have any weaknesses? Well, this one, but is it weakness? I don't know. What are the targets I could consider in attacking? Undefended pieces, underprotected pieces, squares, open kings, etc. How can I attack the targets? How can I attack this piece? Well, I'm not attacking this piece, right? I'm not doing that because I'm developing. It's still sort of the early sort of opening. I'm still developing my pieces. Let's have a look. Let's go back to the list. How can I attack the targets? Any other weaknesses that can be exploited? What's the plan? After looking away for a few seconds, what? I'm revisiting the position with a completely clean, unbiased mindset. How can you look at something with a completely clean, unbiased mindset? You can't really do that. You're always going to look at the board with some sort of perception or patterns jumping out. But anyway, move on. Does the move I'm about to make appear to be a mistake? Am I hanging a piece? I've not even thought about my moves yet. I'm just trying to go through this checklist. Am I failing for a forced checkmate? No. Did I analyse all the forced moves, checks, captures and threats? Are my thoughts consistent with what I am calculating? I don't know what I'm supposed to be calculating, so I'm just going through this shopping list. Right? You can see my point. Right? Being in the position, I know what to play in this position. I play Queen E2 because I know what to play in this position because I played it before. That's it. Right? And I know the pattern. I know this opening pretty well because I play this quite a lot. So for me personally, when Black goes D5, I play Queen E2, and then if they open this file, my Queen's not been traded. I don't need a checklist. right, to sort of tell me that. I just know that because I've seen the pattern before and I've played that game. That's how you get good at chess. You just see the positions before and you've played them already. So I don't understand how this checklist is supposed to sort of help in any way whatsoever. Let's look at another example. Right, so this one, this position, right? And obviously, I'm being a bit facetious, but the point is, when does that checklist actually come into play? When are we supposed to start consulting the list? Right? Is it on this move? Is it on this move? I don't know. Let's just flick through. Should I start consulting the list on this move? What about when you get out the opening? Let's just pick up a random game. Like someone else's game here. Just flick through. Oh, did he consult the list before taking this piece? I don't know. Right, so this might be an unfamiliar position. Right, do we consult the list at this point? It's just ludicrous. I can't understand it. I mean, what it is, I think it's a well-meaning thing. People are being well-meaning. They're trying to think carefully and things like that, and have I considered other pieces? And I like the idea behind not rushing into something. Thinking and taking your time. That's absolutely fine. But think and take your time is different from a ludicrous shopping list like that. You just cannot function and play chess. From my own point of view, some people swear by him. That's up to them. I just think it's absolutely crazy. You cannot play chess like that, sure, seriously. So yeah, that's one rant. Anyway, the thing. So what can you do instead? Well, if you have to have some sort of mental process, I think just keeping it really, really simple, like looking at what they've just played, and then consider what you can do. That's it. Look at the move that's played on the board, and then I'd consider the moves from there. But it's just about acquiring patterns and positions that you're familiar with, right? And that's what chess is. It's just getting good, storing up the patterns. And for me, I would not bother with the checklist at all. I think I've made my opinions fairly clear on the checklist approach. It's well intended, but I just think it's absolutely crazy. So that's my opinion on checklists. Goodbye.